bullets, right?
Yes.
You know that hollow point bullets, for example, do different things to a animal or a human than full metal jacket bullets, correct?
Yeah. Full Metal Jacket is like a defense round, like another type of defense round. I know people use Full Metal Jacket for hunting, and Hollow Point is something that causes more damage.
Hollow point bullets are designed to hit the animal that they're being shot at, let's say a deer, for example, and explode inside that body, correct?
No, I don't think so.
When you say explode, are you saying expand or explode? Because there are such things as exploding bullets.
Sure. Let me rephrase. Mr. Rittenhouse, what is your understanding of what a hollow point bullet would do if it were shot at, say, a deer?
I don't think people use Hollow Point.
That wasn't my question, sir. What is your understanding of what that bullet would do? Let me rephrase it then, because you're aware that people use hollow point bullets in their pistols to defend themselves against other people, correct?
Yes.
Ryan Balch, for example, testified in this trial that he was carrying a pistol loaded with hollow point ammunition for self-defense. Do you remember that testimony?
I do.
So what is your understanding, if you have one, as to what hollow point ammunition would do to a human?
I believe it would do the same thing as any other bullet. Like I said, a bullet's a bullet. I just believe hollow points. I'm sorry, I don't know much about ammo. I'm trying to think of what I remember, but I just don't know much about ammo.
So you didn't know the difference between what a full metal jacket bullet would do versus a hollow point, right?
I believe a hollow point, I just don't know much about this. I believe a hollow point would cause more damage
to the first target, but it wouldn't continue through to any other targets, right?
I don't know the answer
Whereas
to
a
that.
full metal jacket bullet is specifically designed to continue through its first target and keep flying, correct?
Okay, this prosecutor is really trying to set up a win-win scenario. First, he wants to zero in on hollow points. Oh, they're exploding bullets. That's absolutely wrong. This prosecutor should be ashamed of himself. He's a college-educated man. He can do the littlest amount of research and learn about hollow point bullets, but he's chose to kind of sway the jury with this whole exploding bullet nonsense. But then he's doubled down. If Kyle admits that hollow point bullets are more dangerous, you would think, well, then that shows that him using the jacketed bullet is better. But the double down is when the prosecutor points out that jacketed hollow points could continue through a body into another body. So no matter what, if you use hollow point bullets, it's because you think they're more dangerous. If you use jacketed hollow point bullets, knowing that they can go through a body into another, then that's more dangerous. So no matter what bullet you use, this prosecutor is trying to make Kyle look like he is intentionally not just trying to stop people from hurting him, but to actually kill them dead. Dead as dead can be, right? Well, let's break down this scenario of bullets, right? Here we have a number of bullets. Here we have two guns. I have full metal jacket here in the Beretta and 9mm hollow point jacketed in the Kimber. Here we have a 223 full metal jacket and a 22 non-jacketed. You're going to say, well, really, what's the big difference? Well, as you can see here, this is just like a lead alloy bullet, right? Put into casing. When this comes out, the lead can be misshapen. It doesn't hold its shape as much. If it were to hit bone or something solid, let's say you're shooting at squirrels, and if it were to hit a branch before it hit the squirrel, the bullet would become more deformed. So if you put a jacket around that lead, this metal jacket keeps the bullet more in shape. less likely to deform. And yes, the bullet will go sometimes through the target that you're shooting and continue into another target. That's why we have hollow points. Here we have a jacketed 9mm. These are what you use at the range because they're cheaper than these. But these are better for self-defense because you see inside of there, it's kind of hard to see, it's not focusing. That's that lead right there. But they put a jacket around it to, see if I can get this to focus a little better. It won't focus better in this camera angle. Here, how's the zoom in? There you go. You can see the lead inside of it. But it has a jacket. And what happens is that bullet, when it goes into the body, will spread. It's not designed to come apart, to explode. It may come apart, but that's not an explosion. It opens up like a mushroom and slows down so 100% of the energy of this bullet stops in the first body that it hits. Whereas this, it can continue through. So using a hollow point, by many people, they think it's the more lethal round. It is, but it's also the safer round. It's less likely to over-penetrate and shoot someone behind the person that you're firing at. So having just a minimal understanding of why do they jacket a bullet? Why don't they jacket a bullet? Now, you don't see very many 22 jacketed bullets because it's just not really cost efficient or worthwhile. They do make 22 hollow points where they just drill a little hole in the tip. We have jacketed 9mm. A lot of larger rounds do not use unjacketed rounds because the lead fouls up the rifling. Inside of every gun barrel, except shotguns and stuff, but most gun barrels, they have what's called rifling. It is a screwed thread, a twist that grabs the round and it causes the bullet to spin. And a spinning bullet is more accurate over longer distances. So that lead that's there on that little 22 will foul up the rifling and make the firearm perform poorly. The jacket is a harder material and it doesn't scrape off and clog that rifling. And that's why you want to use a jacketed round. So a jacketed round can be very lethal, going from one body through it into another body, but the hollow point can be even more lethal because it stops and puts 100% of the energy into the body that it stopped at. Now, there's a pro and a con. This leaves one entry wound that can bleed from, causes a little bit more damage on the inside as it expands. But this leaves two wounds, an entry and an exit wound. So bleeding is more of an issue. So really, you just need to know a little bit about bullets. Apply a little common sense, and then you can come away with a good idea of what's going on. This guy is playing a game. Kyle Rittenhouse needs to be exonerated simply because of prior testimony. The guy Gage clearly showed and corroborated that Kyle only fired his firearm after Gage had pointed his firearm at Kyle Rittenhouse. And then he had his arm summarily vaporized by a rapid moving 223 full jacket round. Kyle Rittenhouse should be exonerated, and if that happens, I worry that there might be riots. The left may lose their mind. I hope not, but we want justice for Kyle. Thanks for watching.